Welcome to courtrobot.com. After registering a new account, you will be able to log into your personal court robot at mybot.courtrobot.com. To log into your account, go to mybot.courtrobot.com. Enter the email address and password you used to register your new account. Click the Sign In button. If you see the message "Email is not verified," then you still need to verify your email. In order to log in, all users must verify the email address used to register their new account. Check for emails from courtrobot.com. Find the verification email, and click on the link inside to verify your email. After successfully logging in, your browser will be directed to the main dashboard. In the main dashboard, you will see various panels. The dashboard panels display timely and recent information concerning your matters. The top left panel is the Superior Court Calendar Robot panel. The top right panel shows the activities you have logged for the current day. The Timers panel will show you any active timers you have running. The Agenda panel will show you your upcoming schedule of events. The Tasks panel lists your open tasks. Tasks are like to-do items. Recently viewed matters will show you matters you have recently reviewed. And finally, the Recent Clients panel displays links to any client pages you recently viewed. When you first log in, you will not have any recent activities, matters, or clients to display. To get started, it may help to understand the system schema. The primary objects are clients. Each client can have multiple matters. Matters are individual cases. A matter must always belong to a client. A matter can only belong to one client, but one client may have multiple matters. Most other objects like calendar events, task items, and time entries will belong to a single matter. To get started logging time entries, i.e., logging your time for billing purposes, you must first create a client and then a matter to log your activities to. Because time entries must be assigned to a matter, you must first create a client and matter before you can bill to it. To create your first client, go to the Clients page. You can access the Clients page by clicking on the Client menu item in the left side navigation menu. On the Clients page, click the Add New Client button. Alternatively, you can also click the floating round green button located at the bottom right side of the page. Or if you prefer, starting from the dashboard, you can also create a new client by clicking the Add Client symbol in the Recent Clients panel. Clicking on the Add Client button will open the Add Client form. Enter the client's information as directed. It is not necessary to fill out each input. You can enter as much or as little information as you want. The system tries to be user-friendly by allowing users to opt into features and behaviors without forcing the user to do so. This generally means that when creating new clients and matters you can enter as little or as much information as you want. However, by adding more information, you will opt in to helpful features and benefits. After creating your first client, notice that you now have the client listed in the Recent Clients panel. If you go to the Clients page, you will also see the new client listed. Clicking on the client will bring you to this client's dedicated page. On this client's dedicated page, we can see and modify this client's information. The top panel includes the client's primary information. By clicking the Edit button we can update the client's primary information. Let's correct his PDID number. Now let's add a phone number for this client. We can also include a quick note about the phone number. Let's mark this phone number as primary. When a client has multiple associated phone numbers, the primary number will always be listed first. If the phone number ever stops working, we can unselect the Active button. The Matter panel will display this client's associated matters. Right now this client has no matters. Let's create a new matter for this client. Click on the Add Matter button. The matter form will appear. Enter in some basic information for this new matter. The client field should already be filled out for you. If you want to change the client assigned to this matter, you can select a different client. The title field is a short descriptive title of your matter. I recommend a short title that will help you quickly recognize the case. This title will always be displayed with the matter's case number. The matter summary is intended to be a short paragraph about the matter. You may choose to leave it blank. The next field is the matter's jurisdiction. This case is in the D.C. Superior Court. The next field is the matter's type. This case is a criminal matter. It is important to select the correct jurisdiction and matter type. Setting the jurisdiction and matter type controls certain case options and how certain information is displayed. By telling the system this case is in D.C. Superior Court and that it is a criminal matter, the system displays the correct case type options. It will also ensure that you see the options and features built specifically for D.C. Superior Court criminal matters. If you do not set the correct information, you may miss out on certain features. The time of offense field is used to tell the system the time of the offense. This field is used to track and display the time elapsed since the charged offense. It is also used by the system to calculate in criminal matters whether the client is eligible for the Youth Rehabilitation Act since the controlling date is the time of the offense. The filed date is the date this case was first filed in court. The appearance date is the date you first entered your appearance as reflected in the court's docket. The CJA appointment checkbox tells the system whether or not this case is a CJA appointment. By telling the system this is a CJA appointment, you are opting into the features necessary to create and upload vouchers directly to the D.C. Superior Court's web voucher system. After entering the information, click Enter. You will be immediately redirected to the New Matters page. This page will display the information associated with this matter. Notice that because we have provided certain pieces of information to the system, we are already presented with important information about our new matter. For example, because we included the client's date of birth, and because we told the system the case was a D.C. Superior Court criminal matter, and provided the time of the offense, the system can now alert us that the client was under 25 years of age at the time of the offense and is eligible for consideration under the Youth Rehabilitation Act. The system also provides a pop-up explaining the alert. We can even click the link to be brought directly to the relevant statute. Back on the matter page, let's add our first time entry. Scroll down to the running log panel. Click Add Entry. Clicking Add Entry opens the time entry form. Here you can log your time to a matter. If this is a CJA matter, you will see the voucher entry form below the primary time entry. If you did not check the CJA appointment checkbox, the voucher entry box will not be displayed. You can always edit the matter to set the correct value. The time entry form will open with the current matter already selected. You can change the matter if necessary. The time entry form will also open with the date of the time entry set to today. You can change the date of the time entry as necessary. The headline input is for special information you want to call attention to. I recommend using the headline field to mark important entries like actual court hearings. The headline will be displayed in bold text. The hours input is for logging the total time you spent on this activity. The system tracks time in tenths of hours. So 0.1 hours is 6 minutes. The notes section is for your private and privileged notes. Below the notes section is the voucher entry for this time entry. The voucher entry is what will be uploaded to the court's web voucher system. The voucher entry should never contain privileged or confidential information. By completely separating your private notes from the voucher entry, the system creates one place for you to log your privileged information and activities, co-located with the billing description that will be uploaded to the web voucher system. This ensures that you do not accidentally miss billing for any work you log to the matter. This also allows you to quickly log time with a simple private note. You do not need to add the voucher entry information at the same time. You can always come back at a later time to enter the additional information that is required for the court's web voucher system. If you want to make the voucher entry now, you have a few options to help you quickly create the time entry. First, the Copy Notes button will simply cut and copy the notes from your private note above. The Run Auto Bill input will programmatically create a billing description for this activity. Auto billing descriptions are similar to a billing snippet, in that they will automatically add and format the text of the voucher entry field. However, auto billing descriptions are generally longer text entries and will automatically apportion the total time of the time entry into the individual billing time categories. For example, if you have a status hearing which took a total time of 0.8 hours, selecting an auto bill description will enter a standard description for a status hearing and apportion the total 0.8 hours to individual time categories. Thus, for a status hearing, 10% would go to in-court time, 10% to waiting time, 50% to communication with the prosecutor or client, 20% to reviewing the file, investigation, and the remaining percentage to other. The auto billing apportionment represents the system's best guess. You should adjust the entry to meet your circumstances. Be aware that running autobill will replace any text in the voucher entry field. Billing snippets are the rounded small buttons above the voucher entry. Billing snippets are small, frequently used billing descriptions. Clicking on a snippet will append the billing snippet text to the end of whatever is currently in the voucher entry field. Unlike auto billing, billing snippets add to, rather than replace, whatever is in the voucher entry section. When you are done working on this time entry, you can click Save to save the time entry. You can also use the hotkey Ctrl+S to save and close this time entry. Return to the dashboard. Notice that the time entry you just created is now displayed. Also, notice that the matter we created is now in the Recently Viewed Matters panel. Also notice that we can now easily create more time entries for this matter simply by clicking on the Add Entry button in the Today's Log Entries panel. Notice that clicking on the client name immediately brings us to the client's page. Likewise, clicking on the Matters case number immediately brings us to the Matters page. Finally, notice that the briefcase icon in the upper right corner is accessible from any page and will display the recent matters. This makes jumping back and forth between matters quick and easy.